You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt? Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke. We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. That's free. Make sure you click the like button. We are here today to talk about continuing the saga of SNAP, or better yet, known as food stamps. We got a sister today is going to reveal who's the one calling up there mad that they're not going to get no food stamps on the first. And, oh, you may be shocked at who's calling. You may be shocked. So yeah, we are in fall. Thank God we are in fall. I'm loving at least the weather in the morning time. definitely down here in Texas. And, make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app. It's very important. In the Google Play and Apple App Store. Those of you who are supporting, we appreciate you. Like I say, supporting us monthly is like 31 cents a day. And we greatly appreciate that. We're going to have an update coming soon. Just trying to get the final touches, discussed before the new build out happens. So that's going to be exciting, to have the app where I really want it to be, where we can just keep it there and just build upon it. And, hey, we got to do what we got to do, right? And we don't, we got to push. And I have to push. So y'all may start seeing a little bit more of me spread out because I got to do some pushing. I know on the Emancipation Media channel, I had a person say, I didn't know you had this channel. I say, well, why don't you know? If you go to the channel section on this page, you'll see all the channels that we have. All of them are there. Go subscribe to all of them. That way, when I do something, you'll find out. Okay. I had a guy, I think I did a stream on TikTok today just because I wanted to, kind of talk with them over there on TikTok. And our page over there is African Diaspora News. And so, you're on TikTok. You can check us out over there. But, a lot of younger people on TikTok. So I say, let me get on there on TikTok and try to get this younger demographic to start coming on through over there. All right. So we're not going to take much of your time. Let me go ahead and get up here and give a shout out. Now, I put a link up, and that's for later. If you'd like to come up and share your opinion about the video that you're going to see. Now, here's going to be the rule, and I'm going to repeat this again. We are intelligent people. We are grown people. I don't deal with people that need mental health treatment. We don't talk about husbands, wives, children, or the like. We keep it on the intellectual side. That's what we do. If we cannot follow grown people rules, then you just get kicked off immediately. That's the way that works, right? We don't come up here cussing people out. We don't do that. We act grown. So I'm gonna try it out tonight. I'm gonna let some people come up. But the reason why I kind of stopped doing it, I ain't gonna lie, because I was gonna keep it 100 with you. It wasn't the majority. It's just certain people will come up, and it's like, bruh, you too old for that. You too old. I say if you was like 19, 20, I probably would be more patient with you. But I just don't. I'm telling you, I don't have patience for people at certain ages that just really need to be treated, and it just got on my nerves. So I say, you know what? I really don't need to talk to nobody. I can just rock out the way I am here, right? I can. But, some people say, hey, man, I'd like to holler at you about, and keep it on topic. We talking about SNAP. We're not talking about who's the real Native Americans. I don't care. We talking about SNAP. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get to it. Not going to take much of your time. All right. Arnitha says 1 million federal workers, no pay today. Check is $0 and they in line in the food banks. Well, here's the thing. If you're a federal worker, whenever they open the government back up, and I know you're going to get your back pay. Fine. You need to be saving at least 3 months of your bills. And you're going to have to be disciplined to do that because they have a government shutdown and you have 3 months worth of bills saved. Like, hey, I'm at least good for 3 months. At least that much. The important thing, save. Y'all got to save. You can't spend everything you get. I know it's easy to do. I know. Trust me. If anybody know, I know. Okay? So the deal is, the Democrats are saying about the insurance premiums. That's a reality, though. To go from, like one person say $400 to $2,500. Yeah. And the people say, well, it's the Democrats. I'm sorry. The Republicans should be like, hey, man, okay, let's get this government open. Okay, let them have the subsidies. Like, that's not hurting them. They act like it's hurting them personally. It's not hurting them for people to go ahead and get subsidies. So open the government, get the subsidies done, and then y'all can discuss something afterwards. I don't really see the problem. I really don't see a problem. They say, oh, the Democrats shutting down the government. No, y'all are. From what I see, they want one thing, and I think it makes sense. Now, the Democrats are doing something I thought that wasn't making sense. I'll be like, oh, hell no, Democrats will just file on this one. But I understand about health care. And people really need health care in this country. But, Republicans don't care. A lot of them don't care. They don't care if you die. They got theirs. They can pay for it. That's why they don't care about you. So, and some of the people that need health care, they be the first one in line to vote Republican. All right. So let me get to this sister here. Let me get to this sister. Listen to what our sister had to say about these food stamps. Oh, listen to what our sister got to say. Hold on.
I'm okay with being flamed in my comment section for saying this, but somebody need to say it because I keep seeing it all over the place. A lot of my clients, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are calling and cussing me out, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are showing up to the office and showing their tail, they're not black. The ones on the phone getting upset saying, how am I going to feed my kids? They're not black. I know y'all love some context in the video, but I think that's enough context for y'all.
You know what? Hold on. I gotta play that video again, y'all. I heard it, but let's drill down on what this sister had to say. Hold on, because hold on before I play it again. You lying, no good folks. You lied on my people for years and said that we are the face of food stamps. But with this government shutdown, or in some other words, government shutdown, now we seeing who the real face of food stamps is. And it's not black people. Y'all should repent for the lying that y'all have been promoting and saying about my people for years. Let's play this sister again who's dealing with these folks. Hold on.
I'm okay with being flamed in my comment section for saying this, but somebody need to say it because I keep seeing it all over the place. A lot of my clients, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are calling and cussing me out, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are showing up to the office and showing their tail, they're not black. The ones on the phone getting upset saying, how am I going to feed my kids? They're not black. I know y'all love some context in the video, but I think that's enough context for y'all.
Cussing, going up there talking about how I'm going to feed my family. How you going to feed them? Well, according to what y'all promoted, y'all had it all together. Y'all had the jobs. We were lazy, right? We were lazy. We were told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and get off of the government programs because you wanted all the government programs because you've been on it from the beginning. How dare you tell black folk not to get on a government program? And you the first one, you got the platinum food stamp card. That's how long you've been on it. You got the platinum card. Boy, that's why I tell y'all, if y'all ain't learned nothing at all, do not listen to nothing these people say about you. You hear me? Don't you listen to them say a word about you. Because when you fact check what they telling you, you're going to find out they lying from the first syllable that came out their mouth. Yeah, they claim they hard workers, y'all. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you light down there. Say, I thought they were working hard. That's what they told me, too. They work hard. Oh, they work hard, y'all. They work so hard. We were lazy. We don't want to do anything. We not pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. And they talking about single parenting. Oh, y'all single parents, single mothers. And just last night they had a white woman on here talking about she a single mother. There's more single mothers in their community than ours. You know that, right? But the black woman is demonized by being a single mother. Everything they demonize black folks for, they do in times 20. I love it. I love it. You know what? Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, President. Hold on. President Trump, let me give a shout out to President Trump. Thank you, President Trump, because what you doing and what you Republicans are doing right now, you have really exposed the truth. Thank you. And even if they do something in the midnight hour and they pay it next month, even if they do that, it don't bother me because you exposed who the real people that was on this food stamps were, and it's not my people. Now, folks, I know you gonna come over here. I know you get mad. Hold on, let me play this sister one more time. I got to reiterate. Come on, sister, tell them.
I'm okay with being flamed in my comment section for saying this, but somebody need to say it because I keep seeing it all over the place. A lot of my clients, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are calling and cussing me out, they're not black. A lot of the clients that are showing up to the office and showing their tail, they're not black. The ones on the phone getting upset saying, how am I gonna feed my kids? They're not black. I know y'all love some context in the video, but I think that's enough context for y'all.
They're not black. Let me repeat that again. They're not black. Don't you ever in your life mention anything about a black woman in anything. If anybody gonna mention black women, it's gonna be black people. We'll talk to the sisters about what they're doing right or wrong. You have no place to talk about nothing when you getting 30 times, 40 times more food stamp than any other group of people in here. You get more than blacks, you get more than Hispanics, you get more than Asians, you get more than Native Americans, you get more than everybody. And how is it that black folks, the ones that you have sabotaged, had Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, convict lease, and all the different things you've done to black folks, slavery, and our numbers are lower than yours? How? We should be the number one people on food stamps. We should be, not you. It should be 0 for you. How you leading food stamps? Your story is the greatest fumble the bag story ever in history. You go from trillions of dollars in wealth to $37 trillion in debt. How you do that? And Jerome Powell saying every 180 days you add $1 trillion worth of debt. Jerome Powell said the economy is not growing as fast as the debt. That's a train wreck waiting to happen. How y'all fumble the bag like that? But y'all want to talk about black folk. If you wasn't so worried about us and pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, you wouldn't be on them programs either, right? If you would work hard, and look, I didn't work with some of you. You don't want to work hard. And oh Lord, if they make you work hard, you crying about it. Some of them dudes that's on these good paying jobs, they don't want to work. Oh no. They want to take shortcuts. They want to take so many breaks. But the brothers and the Hispanics, I'll get definitely Hispanics too. The brothers and Hispanics are working. But them, I've seen it too many times on these jobs. They don't want to work. They want to supervise. Listen, if they were making more money, like let's say give you an example. They can make $40 an hour plus overtime if they stay in the field. But if they take a supervisor job, they can only make $60,000, and that's it. What they want to do, they'll take the $60,000 a year job, but outside he could be making $120, $130. No, he wants to go inside and make $60,000 just so he can tell them what to do, so he can go sit himself back down. Because I've seen it too many times with them. They will take a lesser paying job just so they can be in charge of you. That's their mentality. They feel like they should be in charge of you, not doing nothing, just telling you what to do and going to sit back down. And I never understood that mentality. Like, why would you take less money? I would think it would be more money to go get that job. Then I understand it. I mean, it's logical. But no, you want to be in control. You have this obsession about being in control. That's why they all want to. That's why you see the majority of them being police officers. And police officers don't really get paid a lot of money. Because they want this control. That's an obsession with them. They like controlling things. That's why they're obsessed with a dog, because they can control and oppress that dog or the cat. Marcus, I don't know what Latinos you've been around, and they got lazy Latinos. They got lazy people in all groups. They got lazy black folks. They got lazy Asians. Lazy's in every group. But I'm just talking about what I've been around. I'm not talking about, yes, you got people that's lazy of all communities. I've seen it too. But I'm just saying what I've seen in general. The people that I saw working were brothers and the Latinos. That's the ones I saw doing the work. The white ones, It's rare if you had a couple of them that wanted to work hard. The rest of them trying to figure out ways to get out of work. You're not going to tell me what I've seen for decades with them. Please. Now, some of you men know what I'm talking about on these jobs. Now, Susie, look, I'm not going there, Susie. I'm trying to keep the conversation clean, okay? I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean. That's that. We know, Susie, we know. We know. We know. We know. We know. Now, y'all talking about, like, listen. Okay, now, if you want to talk about Latinos and work, okay. You hired them. You hired them. Did you do your research on the company? Are you dealing with? That's anybody. You hired them. So if they do shabby work, you didn't do your research on who they were? Like, if anybody gonna come do some work at my house, I don't care what color you are. I have to look at your work and look at what you got going on. And if I hire you, I'm gonna blame you? Because, oh, he's Latino, he did shabby work. Look, I've seen shabby work with white people, black. I've seen it all. Listen, when you come do something for me, I don't care about your color. I care about your qualifications. Now, of course, I'm going to look for the black person to do it. And if I can't find a black person, okay, then I'll see what the Latinos got going on. Usually, I don't have to go further than Latinos. Asians, it's kind of rare if you have them come and do something. They're Blue Moon. If a white guy is good at what he do, okay, he's good at what he do. You know, I'm like I said, I'm not discriminatory against anybody. I want you to be highly qualified because I don't want to have to pay for something twice. Because you broke something, because you messed up my stuff. You say you wonder who's building the ballroom? I don't know. Who cares? I'm not invited to the ballroom, so I'm not worried about who building it. All right. Let me check something real quick. So now, whatever your there's a link. There's a link in the comment section, and that link. I gotta get back to my other screen. That link, if you look at it, it's pinned to the top. It says you want to talk to me live. Now you can click that link. I'll check if somebody's there. You must. You say, well, I can't show my face, but in the background, I have to see who you are. I have to see you're a human being. And the reason why I have to see that is because I want to know that you're real and you're not coming up here trying. Now, I understand if you don't want to be on camera. I can deal with that too, but I have to see that you're a human being at least. Waving your hands and all of that and whatever, right? So I'll check periodically. But these people, like I said, if you don't remember nothing I ever told you, whatever they tell you, never believe it. Fact check it, fact check, fact check. Y'all know I saw Elon Musk crying about ChatGPT. He was crying that ChatGPT, you know, if someone paraphrasing, gives too much praise to other groups of people like black people, Native Americans, Asians, Hispanics, but they don't give a lot of praise to white people. And I'm like, well, it's basing it off assessments and what it is researching and pulling from the internet and what it kind of knows, I guess. I'm like, what do you want ChatGPT to do? Is engage in white supremacy? Now, I'm pretty sure Grok maybe would engage in white supremacy. I just don't like things ran by Elon Musk. I don't. That's why I don't really be talking to Grok like that. I don't have Grok. I just don't. When he just exposed himself as a white supremacist, I can't engage him. Now, unfortunately, we on X. We was on Twitter before. Now, somebody said, "Well, go to Blue Sky." We on X. That's far as it goes with me. But buying a Tesla product, no. You know, me paying for Grok, no. You know, I just can't deal with Elon Musk. I can't, because when he really exposed himself as an apartheid Afrikaner from South Africa that hate black people, well, like you say, I say, show me what good he talks about with black people. Show me the good. Look at his lineage. Look where he come from. Look into his family, how they treated black people in South Africa. I'll talk to South Africans and say, hey, you know, you want Elon Musk back? Like, hell no, y'all keep him. We don't want him here. And he don't even want to be there. except to try to put his Starlink over there and make money off of black South Africans. If I were black South Africans, I wouldn't get a Starlink. Forget him. I don't care if the technology is great. It's just the fact that he's in control of it. Yeah, he want AI to go along with white supremacy. Yeah. But when y'all look at him, you have to look at him as an apartheid Afrikaner. That's what he is. Even Steve Bannon said that white South Africans, and it's crazy, he said this. He said white South Africans are more racist than anybody else. He said that one. That came from Steve Bannon. I was kind of shocked. But he said he didn't like Elon Musk at all. And I remember when he said that he gonna get him out that White House. He said, I got to get him out of there. And sure enough, he came on out of there too. That was interesting. A lot of things, if y'all listen to Steve Bannon, some things he say be happening. I was like, huh. Now, he said something recently about Trump running in 2028. I want to see that happen. Well, you know what? If he could run in 2028, then, hey, Obama should run then. Because, he hate Obama. I would love to see an election contest between Barack Obama and Trump. I would love to see it. I think it'd be a great contest. I mean, if you're going to run for a third term, Obama might well run, right? What would stop him from running if Trump was going to run for a third term? That debate would be very interesting. I'll be sitting in the front row to watch that debate. Yeah. I'll be front row to watch that debate. Hold on, let me get back to my other screen. Where's my screen? Okay, cool. But don't believe these people when they talk about us. Don't believe them. Just that's why I don't entertain a whole lot of things they say. And I guess when you get to the point like me, you don't entertain a whole lot of things they say, and you just understand that anything they say is just face value. Now, some people are educated that's in their community. Some people are telling the things that's true, but I'm still going to fact check it. I'm just going to fact check it. Even if they're well-meaning, I'm still going to fact check it because they have proven to be liars to black people. They're proving themselves to be straight-up liars. You say, Phil, if we are at war, then Trump will be able to stay in office. Where is Israel going to make us go to war with Russia? Israel can't make us do anything. We choose to do what we want to do. They can't. I don't know why y'all saying that. They can't make us do anything. Now, it's safe to say that our government is compromised. If people talk about AIPAC, maybe China should start the Chinese American Political Action Committee and then start donating to all the black people and want them to advocate for China. And then if they say something about it, and because they're advocating for China, say, well, hey, we got AIPAC. What's wrong? Well, what's wrong with that? I mean, shoot, y'all, they advocating for their country. We want to advocate for China. What if Russia do it? What if North Korean Americans start a pack? I guarantee you they're going to hit them with, they got to register as a foreign agent. Oh, they have to register as a foreign agent, but these people don't? They'll have a fit if our Congress people start advocating for China. Oh, they're an enemy. They're like, wait. Last time I checked, we supposed to be advocating for America, right? Well, didn't they say America first? Even though Trump don't believe in America first because he gave $40 billion to Argentina instead of putting that $40 billion into the SNAP program. Then recently Trump, they say some private donor gave, I think they say $130 million so the military could get their checks. Now, look, when it comes to government shutdowns, in my opinion, the people that should be paid, hands down, military, law enforcement, air traffic controllers, TSA, anybody that's federal in the airports. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's essential for the country to run, they should be paid. But Congress and the president and all of them, they should not be paid because they're not essential. They should not be paid. How is it that the Democrats and Republicans are getting paid right now, but TSA and air traffic controllers are not getting paid? Or the Bureau of Prisons. You got people who work in the Bureau of Prisons not getting paid. My brother family, work. I got two family members that work for the federal government that's not getting checks in 2 different divisions, and they're not getting paid. I think they should get paid too. Anybody that deal with any kind of law enforcement, airports, anybody that deal with stuff like that, they should be getting paid. But Congress should not be getting paid. Why Nancy Pelosi collecting a check? That woman, she is the queen of corruption. I know all she do is probably take her check and just put it in the stock market. That woman don't need that money. She been investing that money for years. That woman so rich. You said your sister just got off of work and she told me her white coworker called her monkey. All my sister did was ask her for a hairnet. Well, shoot, man, sue. Look, what Charleston White said that was funny. He said, y'all came here to work. I came here to sue. That was funny. He said that. Look, they need to sue. Get paid. Look, I'm a firm believer. Make them pay for their racism. Now, of course, the individual not going to pay, but the company. Make that company pay for that racism. They hired them. They got to deal with them. I would not tolerate anybody being discriminatory toward nobody's race, religion, sexual orientation, anything like that. Gender, whatever. Now, you can't be around me like that 'cause I'm going to get rid of you real quick. I'm like, hey, did you say that? It wouldn't be a discussion. You out of here. You are out of here. Because I don't need the drama. I just don't like drama. In my company, I don't like drama. If you start bringing too much drama, you're out of here. Because we got to have peace. We got to have tranquility. And that's it. Because that's a better environment to work in, peace and tranquility. We cannot work with drama, racism, all of that. If you're a drama king or queen, you're going to be out of here too. I don't do drama. I don't do that either. Yeah, essential workers should be paid. You're 100% right. Essential workers should be paid. That's 100% right. Once again, if you'd like to come up and have a convo before I wrap this thing up on a Friday, the link is in the pinned comment, and it takes you to StreamYard, and then we'll see you when you go in the background. So I'll let y'all know if you would like to come up. Give me a second here. You said there's a story about a black woman with some white teenagers out the front of the door wearing Halloween costumes. No. You know what, Herbert? I've heard about that particular community gaming the system with food stamps and welfare. I've heard that. I've heard it. Oh, I've heard it, especially from brothers and sisters in New York. I've heard that. All right, Goddess. I got you. I got you. Oh, you say Kyra says there's so many of them folks with food stamps at your job? Oh, I believe you. I believe you because they feel like they entitled to it. They feel like, sure, I should be getting free food, but not black folk. Not black folk. So what have we learned, black people, with the SNAP situation? We know who the real welfare king and queen is. We learned they have been lying to black folks, and the sad part is our people believed it for years. We were sitting up here chastising our own people about food stamps. And they sitting back lying the whole time. And that filthy lie was started by them. And you media organizations, you were passing a lie on too. And you knew the numbers, you knew the research. You did not speak against it or anything. Even the CNNs, the MSNBCs, for years wasn't speaking against those lies. We know Fox News is going to sit up here and put out some propaganda. We definitely know that. I see there's one person in the background. I need you to, I think it says shoot. You need to cut your camera on. If you don't cut your camera on, then I can't see. I need to see who you are. You have to cut your camera on. No, I see you got a profile picture, but you got to cut your camera on so I can see that you're a person. You're waving your hand. Okay, gotcha. All right, give me a second. Give me a second. I see your hand. All right, you need to unmute yourself.
How you doing, brother Phil? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What you think about these food stamps?
Oh, I've been researching that today. I actually was on X. I'm in Houston, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I was researching that, and I can tell you specifically, I've had experience with Narcotics Anonymous, for instance, and drug rehabilitation kind of programs.
Okay.
And those people are very good at combining resources in a way that like the Nguza Saba speaks about it, the cooperative economics that these people shown, and they're white folks mostly in the drug treatment. So a lot of the fallout from the crack epidemic, crack era, all that stuff really blew up in their face as well. It's quite a lot about the lot of issues with there's like a trailer park right up the road from where we live here. So they just built that in the last few years. And I'm from the suburbs basically, so I went to their schools and all that. But the programming and everything never really sat with me, even in the church and all that. Never made sense to me. So I'm just kind of testifying about. I'm on a different side of it. Like, I've had experience living in Atlanta. I've seen the drug treatment program work for and against our people. I've seen it work for and against their people. I just seen both sides of it. So.
Okay. All right, brother. So yeah, you seen both sides, and yeah, they down bad out here. You say you from Houston. How long you been in Houston?
Oh man, at least 30, over 34, 35 years.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you born and raised in Houston?
Yes, sir. My people from Galveston.
Oh, Galveston originally. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Galveston County. All right. G County. Yes, sir. But man, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All righty. All right. There's a Rhonda down there. Rhonda, can I see who you are? Because I can't see you. Lower your camera. Hold on. Give me a second. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am. I can see you.
Yo, ever since, the reason why I just want to talk to you, because ever since I got with you guys and I download the app, because I don't want to miss anything, I want somebody who are talking for my people about things that I need to know. And I've been telling people about how the white people been freaking out about SNAP. I said, you guys are the original queens. I've been around here like 60 years. I used to live in Alabama. They gave me food stamps, $4. You ask me, what can you pay with $4?
Not much.
And I'm like, that's why I'm so glad that I'm the type of person like food stamp, but there to help you get back on your feet. I was so happy when I got off of food stamps, not had to deal with the government, because the government give you something, the government can take it away. So I do my own thing. Hey, I got my CDL.
There you go.
I got my CDL. I got my CDL, and I'm like, right now I'm living in Oregon right now. Even my two younger boys, they're 30 and 24. They doing so much better up here. They making so much better money. My 24-year-old, he finna get ready and go to culinary school because he can cook his butt off.
Well, let me ask you a question about the black people. Oregon. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, how many is it?
I'm
Black
like round
American
close to the
black.
Yeah. Oh no, it's blacks up there. I was like kind of shocked. It's a bunch of us up here too.
What city we mostly in?
Most of them like around, the Eugene, Springfield, Eugene, Oregon. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not that far from Portland. And you want a bunch of blacks? Just go down to Portland. And what I
black
love,
people in Portland.
yeah, and what I love about what Portland doing and with all that ice, the blacks in Portland chilling. They doing them. They ain't in there. They sitting back watching these white people and Hispanics want to attack ICE, and they getting arrested and getting beat down.
Good. Black people need to stay they happy self at home.
Yeah,
Good.
I always
like
tell them. I said, I get up there and I be sharing your when you do your live to them. Yes, I said, ma'am. Black folks, keep your ass at home.
Yeah.
Don't go out there. I said they want us to fight. If they get us out there, then the president, his people can do martial law. And what happened when you in martial law? Guess what? No more elections.
I hear you. But Miss Rhonda, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, but I love your show. I got your book.
Thank you. Stay blessed.
And I got the app.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, I see Tyrone down there. Let me get Tyrone. Where's Tyrone? All right, Tyrone, how you doing, Tyrone?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Oh man, I can't really complain, Tyrone. I'm talking to you.
For sure. But yeah, how I feel about the food stamps is I was watching Demetra K's show the other day. She did, I think she either did a live or a premiere or something about the same subject. And she said something that I agree with. She was like, give her food stamps and she's going to have a bunch of meats all stored up and everything and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with that, man, because I used to work at Walmart a while back, as a cashier, man. And a lot of times when people come through with the food stamps and that they use a food stamp because, they got to swipe their card, put the pin in, all that. And you look in their cart, man, there's a bunch of processed stuff in there, man. And I'm just like, a lot of the food stamps really kept a lot of processed food companies alive and able to function in the market when they shouldn't have been. So I don't know, man. Maybe it need to be curtailed a little bit, man. Because I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being a little bit. I probably watching somebody a little bit too close like that. But I just
it's your tax dollars. They should not listen. If they want sugary stuff, if they want junk food, then they can pay for it. Food stamps should be for it's called supplemental nutrition. Nutrition. Not processed food, supplemental process, supplemental nutrition assistance program. It's not nutritious in processed food. Not a thing.
And I just say that because I care, man. I feel like, we would be a healthier society if we just stick to, nutritional stuff like our if we're gonna do our meats, do our meats and do our fruits and our vegetables. Not no crackers and cookies and all this, man. It's like, what does that got? Then I'm like, it blew my mind when I heard that you can go to one of those fried chicken places, fried chicken, fried and fried fish, and where the Arabs own them. It's like you can buy that with EBT. I was blown away. I was like, what?
It's food though. It's food.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But I'll let my play, man. I appreciate you for bringing me up.
All right, brother. Oh, yeah, thank you. Coming up.
Yeah.
All right. I see Donald down there. Let's see what Donald got to say. Donald, what's up, man? I can't hear you. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, my bad. How you doing, sir? Good evening. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm black and I'm living in America. What about you?
Man, same here, brother. Just over here, just watching all this stuff going down and minding my business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm out here in LA chilling. So.
Oh man, you out there in LA? Hey, what's the temperature out there in LA with all that ice and the what's the temperature?
Oh shit, man, them folks hiding, man.
Hey, so the 405 has been clear?
It's been clear, man. No problem. I ain't even gonna lie. It's been clear, man.
Wow.
Like it's like I can't say right now, but the times I done went to like Home Depots and stuff. Shoot, they ain't standing outside like that like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So, it's still somewhat going on, but everybody hot. I just seen ICE snatched up like 3 of them so far, from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the thing is about Los Angeles. You got some black folks that's trying to still push that black and brown agenda, so they against it. But then you got some black folks that's like, man, we just trying to mind our business and survive and stick to our families and what's so not.
Brother, let me ask you a question about that. I've never heard people look. I live in Texas. There's a lot of Hispanics, okay. You know, I've never really had we have no issues with Hispanics down here like that. I know in LA is a different beast, but what is it? But I've never heard nobody push black and brown as much as black folks push it in LA. At least you know what I've heard. Why do they push that so hard in LA?
Well, because you got to understand, because we've been beef for so long, and some of these black folks, they actually do have relationships and friendships with these folks. So to them, it's kind of hard. And plus, I'm just be honest with you, man. It's more like friends and resources, and they the deepest. So they think if they make alliances with them, we'll definitely have LA by the grits. But they don't understand, like, dog, there's some of these folks, I hate saying some of these folks is half Mexicans themselves. So it's a lot of tethers that kind of claim that stuff more than just foundational black Americans. So it's a lot of layers to that also. And like I said,
I mean, people gonna be definitely in relationships, but y'all are severely outnumbered. I mean, when I looked at the population numbers, like there's over 1 million of them over there, and it's like maybe 300,000 black folks in LA. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's because a lot of black folks in LA, they moving to Texas. They moving where you at, and they moving to Georgia and the South due to how high it is to live out here.
Yeah.
Because you can get a 1-bedroom shack out here and it'd be like 400,000. And that be like, and that house will have some old pipes and all that other weird shit, and they'll charge you $500,000 for it. So that's one of the reasons why people moving out there due to the opportunities. And some folks just want to be around black people a lot. They don't want to be around some of these folks. So yeah, that's why the population is slimming down here, man. But other than that, shit, if it wasn't for that shit, LA would have been more black people out here than it is. So yeah, that's all it is relationships. And some of these folks, I hate to say it, on the west side of LA, we really don't promote that. We a little bit more pro-black. But on the east side, it's more black and brown because they actually closer to each other. They live amongst each other. They're in the same projects with each other. They kind of getting put on each other's gang, so they have more of a interaction, more of a better interaction with each other than we might do on the west side of LA. Like, you might still have something that's cool, but we still kind of like have somewhat of a pro-blackness more than most people on the east side due to that problem. So that's why you probably might see that a little bit more, because it's kind of hard. Because it's kind of hard to tell a black person don't do this black and brown shit when they about to go chill with they Latino partner and all that, and they about to be cool, or one of them Latinos is getting put on the same gang as them or what's so not.
Well, that's my thing. You can have friends or whoever you want to have friends with, and your family's your family. But you know, when you look at promoting groups, I'm a firm believer you can be friends with anybody. But I look at you as an individual. I don't look at you as a group. You know, make sense? Like, even you can
of course, yeah,
people,
most
definitely. I met some down white people. But
Most
we talking about the collective group. We're not we're not gonna say black and white just because I know a couple of white people that's just real cool and down. I don't promote the group thing. I say my individual friend.
Oh, I tell them all day. I tell them the same thing. I was like, dude, no disrespect, but let's just say if this race war pops off, them folks gonna pick a side, man. And 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be on your side. They're gonna stick to their own. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna stick to their own. So And you gotta understand is that when you practice individualism, that could be a way to infiltrate us. Because now you gonna have to pick a side. It's gonna be us or it's gonna be them. And sometimes they pick them due to them having a better friendship than us, and that leads them to betray us, and that causes the nonsense. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I ain't with that neither. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't go by that too much neither. But for whatever reason I can't explain, that's the only understanding I have. That's why they do. So, but that's why they do it. But at the same time, you do have a lot of black folks on the west side that might not agree with that shit. Excuse my language, that might not agree with that agenda. We probably are somewhat against that. That's why I say, because we kind of be a little bit more pro-black, is not to be disrespectful, a little bit. But when you because we kind of see a little bit of their racism. So I understand where you come from. I ain't with that neither. I totally agree with you. Like I said, man, you know, and I hate to say it, a lot of them folks is tethers too. So, and a lot of them is actually the legions.
I appreciate you, brother, but thank you for coming up, brother. You stay safe out there.
No problem, man.
All right, let's see here. Who all do we got? Because I ain't gonna be able to get everybody. You know, we're getting toward the end. Let's see. Who is Tay? I can't see who you are. I see the top of a head, but I don't see the rest. Okay. Tay. All right, Tay, you up next. Tay, what's going on?
Hey, Phil.
What's on your mind?
I wanted to say about the EBT that it sucks that our government can't get their stuff together and they're paying all this money on outside people. So yeah, I wish I wish that a lot of people get their money back. There's some good amount of black people on EBT, including myself, so I kind of miss out on some of that benefits, but I'll survive though.
Hey, that's all you can do. Black folks will survive. I promise you that black folks will survive. But okay, Tay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Tanacha.
Yes, that's correct. Hi, Phil.
All right, Tanacha. What's up, Tanacha?
Hi. I follow your show. I love your show. Hey, family, too as well. So I just wanted to say this. I totally agree with the lady at the beginning of the video. She's absolutely correct. I used to work for the state many years ago, and that would be the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
And here in Nashville, and the office I worked at was literally right next door to what we call in Tennessee the DHS office, where you apply for all the government assistance, food stamps, rental assistance, all that stuff. Very rarely did I ever see any African Americans in that line. Yeah, and I worked there for 3 years. I worked for the state for 6, but I worked at that particular building for 3 years, and very rarely did I ever see us. So she's 100% correct. And I tell people that it is not all black people that's on food stamps. We are not the welfare queens, as they call us.
Well, you're a black woman, and because I kind of hear an echo, you probably need to turn down what you're listening to.
Okay.
How do you feel about being, since you have this information, first-hand information? How do you feel as a black woman being demonized and propagandized as being the face of food stamps?
I feel like it is part of their agenda, more of a political agenda to promote division amongst us. Not only do they promote division from a racial standpoint, but they are beginning to do it from a gender standpoint too as well. I'm very offended by it, honestly. And now that I no longer work in the government sector, I work in the medical sector. So I see even other different barriers that we have to cross too as well. And they just do anything to make it harder for us as African Americans to be able to survive, basically.
And yet we're surviving anyway, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So do you have some friends still up there in the government?
I do. I have a lot of friends that I still keep in touch with, and a lot of them have left and started doing other things and working for other different sectors. A few of them have gone back to school and become therapists, licensed therapists. A few have opened their own businesses doing other things. Some have started like a nonprofit agencies. So we're still, doing stuff for FBAs, but from a different standpoint. But we're using our experience working for the state as a tool to be able to make things better for us in our community.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, sister, I thank you, and stay safe out there in Tennessee.
Thank you for having me on, Phil.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can get one more. I know my time is running out. Zay's story. You in the dark. Zay, can you come on the light? Because I can't see you. I cannot see you. Zay, if I can't see who you are, then I can't do that. Can you cut on the light, sir? Okay, Darnell, let me bring Darnell up. Darnell?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. What's your take on the food stamps?
Well, back in the day, I did food stamps and stuff, but I haven't done so in a long time. It's everybody's going to have to team up and stuff at these times of days because the government is going to make us all accountable for each one another and stuff. The way I see it and stuff, and black families are going to have to get back together and stuff and do like we did back in the 50s. So hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, so I'm a 73-year-old man, and I've been through a lot of that stuff and everything coming from here. I'm here in Sacramento.
Okay.
Where I was raised at, and I lived in the Los Angeles area. So I don't know. You it seems like you do a good job and stuff. It's a good subject. But like I said, the women's going to have to get back with the men. It's going to force us to be families again. The things, and that's some of the stuff that I understand as far as prophecy in a prophetic type situation, that we're going to have to get back together as far as a family and start loving on each other and doing the things, because say that again, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
So it kind of, it's kind of like throwing a rock in a pond, and this dude is running this country and stuff. He's throwing the rock, and we are being affected in everything we do. Free ride is over. As far as I'm concerned and everything from this day on out and stuff, and I feel sorry for some of these people because I got a whole lot of homeless people. I'm putting containers in my back of my house to try to help people and stuff, and I have 5 homes, that I take care of homeless people, drug addicts, and all that other kind of stuff. And they're going to cut that stuff out. And I don't know, the uncertainty of all that kind of stuff is kind of, it's fear. And I spent a good portion of my time in Africa, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, East Africa, and South Africa. So, but all my life and stuff, I worked and stuff, and I'm afraid what's going to happen to me and stuff, if they decide to take away my retirement that I worked at the railroad all my life for.
Man, look, if I was your age right now with all these problems, if I could have took all my money and be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to whatever country you was in, South Africa, wherever you wanted to go, I would go chilling over there. So I'm not dealing with it, because at least in the African continent, they treat elders a lot better. That's what I have seen. America, man, America's it's savages over here. So yeah, brother, take care of yourself and don't get too worked up with these problems with America, because brother, you gotta rest.
When that guy, the last time he was in office and stuff, I used to wake up in the middle of the night to see whether or not I was supposed to be dead or not. So I don't know exactly what's going to go on and stuff, but I'm just keep on living life one day at a time, man, and trusting the old man, and talking about, and that's it. But I appreciate you taking my call.
All right, I appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Thank you for coming up.
All right, have a good day.
All right, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate our brother for coming up. I really appreciate him. 73 years old. I'm telling y'all right now, at 73, I'm not fighting with these people. Not at 73. No. I want to be chilling. Look, my dad living a great life. He retired. My dad is playing golf every day. My dad is taking trips with his wife. My dad is living good during retirement. I told him, Dad, boy, you sure enjoying yourself. He was one day I was with him, and we was at the restaurant. He was he on his phone and said, Dad, what you got going on? So I'm setting up my golf games for the week. I was like, how much they charge for that? $40. I said, okay, you pay $40 a day? He said, yup. He said, Monday through Friday, I'm golfing. He said, unless I got a doctor's appointment or whatever the case may be. But hey, he worked for that. And my dad just had a birthday. Shout out to him. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the show tonight. Really appreciate it. Make sure click subscribe button, like button. Thank y'all.